Hi, I'm Samantha Anderson, Director of Communications with Newton Public Schools, and I'm here with Dr. Deb Ham, the Superintendent, for another Board of Education update. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section and we'll get to them as soon as possible. Well, the night started off with some public comment. They had a couple concerns about the redesign program, specifically Summit Learning at Santa Fe. Can you just kind of go over what was discussed?
Well, we had two parents and a student that shared their concerns with the Board of Education regarding particularly Summit Learning. Summit Learning is a personalized learning platform in which all of the curriculum that students would experience are embedded or put into this online component. And from that, the teachers then can make assignments and open curriculum content up to students for them to study. And they can use a variety of things: YouTube videos, newspaper articles. There are just a lot of different resources within the platform for students to use. It is self-paced to the point where students can work through things and complete assignments on a timeline. And there are assessments, tests, if you will, at different points that after they complete so many assignments, then there is an assessment that the students have to take, and they have to pass the assessment before they can go on. So at any rate, it hasn't been a good experience for these students. And so what the parents wanted to do was be sure to share what their experience had been with the resource. And we'll continue to analyze and look at the resources that we're using and how we might use them better, how we might improve our implementation of them, how we might assist students, because we want to make sure that all of our students are successful. In this particular platform, one of the benefits of it would be that a student would have the opportunity to actually work at their own pace. So a student that could work ahead and is ready to move on can move on, and a student who needs additional support would also get that. In a traditional classroom setting, that's nearly impossible to do for every student. This is much more manageable way to do this. And so we're excited about the possibilities, understanding that we also have to address the concerns that parents have. So we'll continue to study that. Like I said, we have received really positive feedback too from some parents. So how do we address the concerns and celebrate the positive things?
And just so you guys know, if you have more questions about Summit Learning or the redesign, there's actually a couple videos right here on Facebook if you go to our video section. So we'd love for you to watch those if you need more information too.
And at any point, if you want to come visit the school, please feel free to contact Jen Smith or Brandon Cheeks and go ahead and visit and see what the kids are doing.
It's pretty neat.
It is pretty amazing.
And still on the redesign topic, Slate Creek actually gave a presentation about their school's redesign. Can you just kind of go over what they talked about and some of the highlights?
Theirs is a little bit different because they're not using a personalized learning platform, mostly because it's not available for kindergarten through fourth grade. So they have looked at three areas of focus: social emotional, which is also a component of the Santa Fe redesign and the Chisholm redesign, looking at how do we help kids to be to regulate their own behaviors and be resilient and move forward, challenge themselves, all things that we would want for all of our kids. And for them also, the academics is stressed in their redesign plan, looking at how can we engage students more in their learning so that impacts their ability to do well in their core classes. So they're really focused on project-based learning and having students actually apply what they learn. Another area of focus for them is family and community. So they have done a variety of things this year. One thing that they're really excited about are their family groups. And their family groups are multi-age. They have at least one student from each grade level in their family. And their family is led by a family leader. And the family leader is either a teacher, a paraeducator, or someone else within the school setting. And so they work with the kids on different activities and things that then they accomplish together as a family. So this is something new that they started this year. Really excited about it. The kids are really excited about it. It is building positive relationships within their school. The teacher or the staff member that is the family leader will have the same group of kids every year. So as a kindergartner this year will be a first grader next year, they will stay with that family leader. A new kindergarten student will come in, and then the rest of the students will stay the same. So they are really working on building really long-lasting relationships with the people within their family. Mm-hmm. So it's a really cool idea, and they're really excited about it.
And we'll have more information about the redesign throughout the year, just as things keep going on. It's pretty, again, it's really neat what they're doing.
It really is. It really is. And they're not only focused just on the relationships within this within the school, within the students and the staff, but also with families. And so they planned some family nights, and they had a family night recently at the Y where families could come and experience the Y, the swimming pool, basketball courts, that kind of thing, along with staff members. So outside of the school and in a different environment, and again, still working on building those relationships. They're planning a game night and a movie night, again, at the school for families to just come and enjoy one another and be there with staff and again, working on building those relationships.
All right. Then they went over some gifts that the district received. As always, we just always like to say thank you to all the businesses and organizations who do donate to our district. Can you just let us know who they went over last night?
Sure. We had a donation from Halstead Knights of Columbus for $105.06. And that donation is to help the costs of program with Circles of Friends that works with some of our special education students. So we're really excited about having that donation. Walmart provided holiday decorations for Northridge Elementary, and again, gives them the opportunity to put up lights and decorations around the school and make it a festive place during these few weeks before we break for the holidays. And then Knutson Monroe and Company provided office partitions to Cooper Early Childhood Center that allows the some different office space to be more private and maybe a more productive place even for staff members. So we're excited to also have that donation.
Okay, well, with Cooper Early Childhood Center, they've been needing some more space. They may end up going to more full-day Head Start in their building. So they had to make a decision to look into maybe ending their relationship with the Newton Community Child Care Center. Can you just give us some of the information on that?
Newton Newton Child Care Center has been on site at Cooper since Cooper reopened in 2010 as the Early Childhood Center. And at that time, we didn't believe there was going to be a need for additional space in the building. And so it made a really good partnership between the school district and a community child care center. So since that time, Head Start nationally has moved towards a full day program, and we have applied recently for a duration grant, which will provide the funding needed to create 2 classrooms with full day pre-K. However, we don't have space in our building. we also have an increasing need for space for parents as teachers, and also for our infant toddler program. In addition to that, we are seeing an increase in the number of little children that come to us with really very dramatic behavioral issues and emotional issues that we need a space to be able to help support those students to calm themselves and become regulated so that they can be back in the classroom with their classmates. So when we look at all of the needs that we have in the building and for growing our programs, it is apparent that we can't do that and continue our space agreement with Newton Child Care Center. So we are looking at that. It has been something that has been in conversation off and on for a couple of years. It's not ideal, and we certainly would like to reach out to the community and say if there's somebody out there that can help support what we're doing and the needs that Newton Child Care Center will have, we'd certainly encourage that.
And they will probably take the action next month on that decision. Is that right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
At the high school, the CTE program just put in, is working on a grant for the Rural Business Development Grant for some equipment there.
Mm-hmm.
Again, can you just tell us more about that?
Well, one thing about the CTE programs, particularly as it relates to welding and machining, those programs are really require some very expensive equipment, and also need to have that equipment refreshed continually. And so we're looking at other avenues for being able to do that besides our regular budget. And Melinda Rangel and others have been working diligently on a couple of different things. And this is one thing that we're working in partnership with Hutchinson Community College and K-State on the development of this grant, and really feel like it will provide a great opportunity for our kids. What they're trying to write the grant for is a robotic welding machine, a welder, and our students don't currently have the opportunity to work on that, but it is something that is needed if they are going to take those skills out into the workplace. So we're really excited about this possibility of working both collaboratively with two other agencies outside of our district, but also for having this opportunity for our kids.
All right, well, that's pretty neat. Well, that's all the highlights we have for you today. As always, we'd love to invite you to any of our board meetings. Our next one is on January 14th at 7 p.m. here at McKinley. We have about a month until our next one, so we'd love to see you there. And if you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments section. Well, thank you so much for helping keeping us informed, and thank you all for watching.